Hi, so today I'm going to be telling you more about this 4G wireless router. It works in the remote village under very tough conditions, delivers very fast speeds, and also you can use multiple SIM cards. Stay tuned to learn more about this amazing 4G router. Here are the items that come in the box. You get a 2 meter 12 volts power cable. You also get a LAN cable. This you can connect to your computer, printer, or even laptop. And then we have the manual. It's very fine print. You might need a magnifying glass to go through this. And then you have your 4G router gadget. At the back side, you have 2 ports to connect. On that side is the WAN and LAN, and that side is the telephone or the LAN. That is the WPS, and that is the reset button hole. And you can connect the USB to your computer in case you want to update your device. At the bottom, you have a place where you can connect your SIM card. And then you have a SIM card blank just to aid in your SIM card connection. Today we're going to be doing tests on 3 telco companies, Safaricom, Telcom, and Fiber. So I went ahead and connected the power cable. And once you do that, all the lights come on. And on that side, we have the power cable. That is the Wi-Fi. That is the Ethernet port light. That is the LTE light. And that is the signal light. So we're going to disconnect the power before we insert our SIM card at the bottom. So I went ahead and did exactly that. We are going to be starting with Safaricom. Remember, this video will apply to any other country. Just make sure when you're purchasing the gadget to check the frequency bands. And at the back, you have the Wi-Fi password and username. And also on the other side, you have the password and the link if you want to go to the back end of your router. So I went ahead and connected my router, inserted the numerals 1 to 8 as the password. This is the default password. Click connect, and within a few seconds, it says connect. And so, as I said, we're going to start doing the tests for Safaricom. This is the outdoor speed. And it performed exemplary well. On the first test, it was 16.6 Mbps, and also I tested a maximum of 25 Mbps. Let's go to the indoor speed. The indoor speed was 11.9 Mbps. Airtel outdoor speed also did well, not very well, but this is a budget option, 5.41 Mbps. Let's go to the indoor speed, which read 2.01 Mbps. Let's go to Fiber, which uses the band 28 frequency, which is really resilient. This performed very well both outdoor and indoor, as you will see. So outdoor speeds were about 9.04 Mbps, and the indoor speeds were 6.62 Mbps. So let's go ahead and connect to our back end, and the password is admin. You sign in. All these details are below your router. So the first portion, this is the dashboard portion, which is a summary of your router, the connections, and all the details, the server, and all that. You can also change 3G to 4G. You can lock that if you want. You can also shift the auto configure APN to manual configuration. But personally, I choose to leave it as default. It works perfectly fine. Then the SIM setting, if you want to change the SIM card passwords and also the band, remember this is very important because you can lock the band that you want to use. If you realize that in your area, let's say band 1 works very fast, it's very reliable, then you can lock that band and your SIM card will only connect to band 1, right? But I also, most times I just select all of them and click save so that the router will select the best possible band to operate. And so I'm just going to walk you through this other setting, the ping configuration. You can enable and disable that. The auto reboot, the pin management. The pin management is mostly for your SIM card. Manual connect, if you want to actually manually connect it or just automatically. Again, pin management. I don't really think you need that. This router you can use directly out of the box. Really, it's a very simple to use router. You don't need any technical know-how to operate it. Let's go to the home network. So we have those details there, the server that you're connected to, and then the connected devices. Like you can see, my phone was connected for the last 8 minutes. Custom firewall rules, the port forwarding, and then let's go to the wireless settings. So you can enable or disable that. And then it also shows how many users you're connected to. You can expand that to 32 users. I'll just leave it at 10 because I'm only connecting 1 or 2 devices myself. And then more importantly, the security settings. So I'm going to show you how you can change the wireless username. At this point, I'm leaving it as is, and we are just going to change the password. So I'm just going to change my password to Evans2026. Just set a simple password that you can remember and also that is hard to guess for people that are around you. And then you're going to confirm that again, retype the same password. And once you're done with that, you're going to click save. Once you've clicked save, the router will automatically restart and you'll be prompted to sign up again using the right password. So we are going to go to the sign-in platform, say connect, go to the details and force it to ask you a new password. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult because it was connected to the other default password. But let's go and enter our new password, which is Evans space 2026. Click connect, and this takes a few seconds to connect, and it's connected, and it's done. So we're just going to go back to our settings and continue going through. This is our ILEC Mark filters. And also the user management. This is for this online platform. You can change those parameters. And configuration management, you can update that. If you want to update it, you need to connect your router to the computer using the USB port behind the router. Also, that goes for the software update. And then you're just going to select that file and upgrade it using this back end of the router. You can also reboot your router from this platform, the ACS management. I don't really know what that is, but I'm just going to leave it as is because the router is working perfectly fine. Okay, so that's it on the back end. So here, I'm just going to play some YouTube videos just to see how best our internet performs in the playing back of the videos. But before that, let me focus on memberships. Remember, you can sign up to my partner program so that you can access some of these videos that are yet to go live. I have 4 sections that you can sign up, the first level, second level, up to the 4th level, according to your budget. So let's go, and we're going to play this video on charcoal briquettes and see how best our internet performs under this condition. At this point, I'm using Safaricom and the router is indoors. You've achieved the right consistency, or rather the right thickness. The cylinder. And so next, we're going to connect our LAN cable to our TV and the router just to access internet directly. So behind your TV, you'll find that port, and it's mostly labeled LAN port. So we're going to go ahead and insert it by pressing it in. And if you wanted to remove it, you just press that button and you pull it out. There. And now we go ahead and connect that other side of the LAN cable behind your router. Remember, you can also connect fixed internet using the part that is written WAN, W-A-N, on that side. So, but this case, on this time, we can connect either side of those ports, either the left or the right side. So again, just go and do it the same as we did it on the TV. And immediately you connect that LAN cable, a pop-up appears on your TV, click OK, and your internet connects almost immediately. And so we're going to go ahead and try playing some videos to see how fast our internet is and how best they play videos. So I'm just going to YouTube and play one of my videos and see how it performs. Better ways of making charcoal briquettes. In this video, my aim is to make more compact briquettes that burn more efficiently. And so I'm also going to play another video of this MiFi router review that I've done. I'm going to link the video at the end of this video. The MiFi router that you see on the screen runs on band 1 and 3, which are high frequency internet bands. The current 4G router that we are reviewing in this video runs on 5 bands. That is band 1, 3, 8, 20, and 28. More importantly, the band 28 is a low spectrum band. It travels 2 to 3 times further from the cell tower as compared to frequency bands 1 and 3. It has superior physical range and excellent wall penetration, and also provides stable internet in rural areas or densely populated areas. And that's why in this video I say this specific Xunyou 4G LTE router is perfect for remote rural areas as compared to the other routers or the MiFi router. So my hope is that you've learned something today about the 4G router that performs very well in dense populated areas or in areas that you live far away from the cell tower, or you have a building that is blocking your view, your direct access to the cell tower. Remember to sign up to my partner program to access up to 10 videos ahead so that you can watch this video before they go live. This helps my channel grow so that I can continue bringing you more informative videos like this. Remember to subscribe if you've not done so. Like, share this video. This helps my channel grow so that I continue doing this amazing job. Thank you so much for your support. If you've made it up to this stage of the video, all I can say is a huge thank you. I'm going to see you in the next video. Until next time, bye-bye.